About 2 days ago, Joan Laporta had an interview and he was speaking about many things. He was talking about how Barcelona would never get into a bidding war with Arda Güler. They believe that he was a great player, but because Real Madrid got into the picture, they no longer wanted to bid for the player. He also talked about the situation with Messi and how they explained to Messi that there is enough financial fair play to bring Messi in and bring him into the wage bill, but only in the end for Messi to say that he did not want to go to Barcelona no more. He wants to go to Inter Miami because of specific reasons. And so Joan Laporta was speaking about a lot of things, but one of the things that also really did stand out to all of us was him saying that Barcelona are going to be making 3 more signings, and those 3 more signings is going to be a right back and 2 other midfielders. I know it sounds crazy, right? Because you would think that Barcelona's midfield is already set with Gundogan, Xavi, Pedri, Frankie. Maybe we could have Nico Gonzalez back, and so there's many midfielders and great midfielders, but we're looking to sign 2 more, and again another right back. And shortly after Joan Laporta did say that, it has been reported by Xavi Miguel that those names most likely are Cancelo, Oriol, Romeu, and Lo Celso. Xavi Miguel did say that if Barcelona succeed on these 3 signings, Xavi also believes that Barcelona could achieve something historic next season. And with the signing of Oriol Romeu, it would be a permanent transfer, while the other 2 transfers of Cancelo and Lo Celso are only going to be loan deals. And maybe hopefully in the future, if they do well, they could close a permanent deal. So it's very interesting, right, to speak about these 3 players, because again, this is all speculation, but Xavi Miguel is a reporter that's very close to Xavi Hernandez. And the information that we got was again Lo Celso, Oriol, and Cancelo. 3 great players. I think that they are phenomenal players. Now, I do have a theory though, and I do have my own speculations, which is going to be coming out later through this video. I'm going to be referencing another midfielder that Barcelona could sign. You guys probably already know who I am going to be talking about because I did put it on the title on this YouTube channel, but I did place it in the title on this YouTube video. But before we go into that name, I want to just speak about these 3 players because the latest regarding these 3 players is going to be this. According to Sport, Oriol Romeu is close to becoming a Barcelona player. The club have reached a full agreement with the player and discussions are very much well advanced with Girona. Now, if you guys do not know who this player is, he is in his early 30s. He's not some youngster that's looking to come to Barcelona to prosper. He is a veteran. And what I mean by veteran is not just a veteran in football, but a veteran with Barcelona. Yes, he has been a Barcelona player before, and he continued to play in the exact same way through his professional career like he did during his young years at Barcelona. So if he were to come back, he would not be a stranger and he would know the exact game he would need to play in the midfield. If he does end up transferring, Xavi Hernandez's most likely plan would be for Oriol to be right next to Frankie de Jong and be with Pedri and Xavi, or maybe they can do one day Gundogan and Frankie, Pedri and Xavi with Oriol coming in off the bench. In my opinion, I just think that he will be a great super sub. I don't necessarily see him starting. I think that we would be seeing Gundogan, Frankie in the double pivot position with Pedri and Xavi as high interiors. I again just don't see this player as a complete starter because of his level. I think that his level is great as a bench warmer who can come in as a super sub, but I don't think that he is first team material for this Barcelona team, because if we want to reach the top of the top in European football, we need much more than just Oriol Romeu. And when it comes to Giovanni Lo Celso, it says here according to Mateo Moreto that the most interested active clubs for Lo Celso is Napoli, Aston Villa, and Real Betis. With Barcelona, they do come below these 3 clubs, but Betis, Aston Villa, and Napoli are very much interested in the player, and I can see why Xavi Hernandez would be interested in Lo Celso. We saw how he played with Messi in Argentina about 2 years ago and what he has been doing with his clubs in the past 12 months. He is a great link-up player and he has a lot of technical ability, and I think that Xavi is seeing that Lo Celso can maybe form a great duo with Lewandowski, form a great duo with someone like Rafinha, because he is a supporter. He is a player that would always be willing to support the star players and give whatever necessary requirements he needs to give out in order for that star player to succeed and score goals. In my opinion, I think that Lo Celso is much more of a key passer compared to Frankie and Xavi. I think that Pedri is the #1 best key passer in Barcelona. If Lo Celso were to come, Lo Celso would be in 2nd place. So again, I can see why. He has a lot of experience. He knows how to play very direct when you ask him to, because he does that with Argentina under Scaloni, and he also does have a lot of experience playing in La Liga. He has represented Villarreal, Real Betis, which are 2 great clubs, and he does have also experience playing in the Premier League, like for example Tottenham, and so he also knows how to get very physical. So he would be a great addition. As for Cancelo, we have talked about this player enough. Cancelo is, in my opinion, a world-class player, a world-class right back. Yes, it's very unfortunate to see that Cancelo has not really settled at Man City for whatever reason. He has not really settled at Bayern Munich for whatever reason. Bayern Munich do want to let him go. Man City also do not want to work with Cancelo. If you guys looked at what Pep Guardiola has been doing with Man City, he only wants 4 real center backs in the back line. I know that sounds crazy. I know that sounds like outrageous, but that is probably the future of football. Maybe right backs could be going extinct, and I'm not gonna say extinct. I'm just gonna be saying they're gonna be less demanded, because every time we do see a great coach become very innovative and it actually works, many clubs are gonna want to copy that, because like there's a reason why Guardiola is being signed. There's a reason why he's gonna keep the other center backs that he currently does have and start them in the back line, is because he wants to have 4 full-time center backs in the back line. He does not want to have that natural right back or natural left back no more. It almost seems like it does not even exist at Man City, and so that is why Guardiola is moving away from Kyle Walker, players like Joao Cancelo. It's just gonna be like that. Like look at Barcelona. Barcelona under Xavi Hernandez, now they're using Koundé, a center back that plays in the right back position, and we have 3 total center backs in the back line. So this is one of the reasons on why Joao Cancelo is not being wanted by Man City. He is again considered a City player now that he is back from loan, and City do want to work with Barcelona. I think that when it comes to Barcelona wanting to grab players from Man City, or Man City wanting to grab players from Barcelona, those type of transfers are 100% very justified, because these two clubs do play very similar and they play under the same ideology. Like any player in Barcelona can't fit at Man City. Any player at Man City can't fit at Barcelona. I cannot tell you the same thing about every Barcelona player fitting very well at Bayern Munich, or every Barcelona player fitting very well at Manchester United. I can't really tell you that, but with City and Barcelona, there's always that great link, which is why we're being linked to so many Man City players at the moment, and Joao Cancelo is one of them. So it does say here, according to multiple sources, that Joao Cancelo is an option on loan. Man City see this possibility with a good eye, and I would love to have Cancelo on loan, and I think that we can get him under great wages, and he can't fit the wage bill. If John Laporta is over here saying that Messi could have fit in the wage bill, then of course we can fit players like Joao Cancelo. We can fit players also like Lo Celso and whoever else we want to sign, even Vitor. So here's going to be the last thing I want to say. Even with all of this talks, right, about Lo Celso, Oriol, Romeu, and Cancelo, one of the players that I think that Barcelona could go for, because again, this is all just speculation. Maybe Lo Celso's not even in the conversation within the club, but one of the players that Barcelona could go for could be Bernardo Silva, a player they wanted last summer. Now, thank God that Barcelona did not achieve Bernardo Silva last summer, and I'm saying this because Bernardo Silva is the reason on why Man City were able to get past Real Madrid and just outclass them. Bernardo Silva was a key player, and if Barcelona signed Bernardo Silva last summer and they did not have him, who knows how it could have ended between Real Madrid and Man City in the previous Champions League. But Barcelona are reigniting their interest with Bernardo Silva. They want him. This is a player that can play on the wings, which is on Rafinha's position, and he can also play in the midfield, which could be in Pedri's position. So he's very versatile. I would love to have him. Again, going back to what I said, you see how like there's players from Man City that can't fit at Barcelona, and the same thing could be said. Like I do think that Pedri, Xavi, and Frankie can all fit at Man City, but that's not going to happen. But to hear that Bernardo Silva is being linked with Barcelona once more, I really do want this to happen, because he is a very technical player, a player that can score a lot of goals, a player that can come into this club and play with familiar players like Gundogan, and he is still at a very good age. He's not that old. He can come in here and give a good 4 to 5 strong years. Bernardo Silva always wanted to play for Barcelona. He was always a Barcelona fan, and now that he has won everything with Man City, club-wise, maybe he could be in the same spot of Gundogan and say, hey, look, I have won everything with Man City. We won the Champions League. We won the Premier League like 4 to 5 times. I want a new adventure. I want to go to a different club. And so if Xavi Hernandez gives that call to Bernardo Silva, I do think that we could see something being made here, but that has not been done as of yet. Actually, we do not even know. We don't have any inside information. The only thing we do know though is that Barcelona are interested in Bernardo Silva, and the moment Barcelona reach out, I think that Silva could consider it. And so it says here, according to Fernando Polo, that Barcelona will try to sign Bernardo Silva this summer. Xavi loves him and believes that with him, his team will be a candidate to win the Champions League. Barcelona will go for a loan with a mandatory option. So it's very interesting. Again, we'll see how these things do pan out. I like the plans and I like the way Barcelona is moving forward. If we sign Bernardo Silva, I don't think that we need Lo Celso. I think that there is a possibility that we could be looking at Bernardo Silva, Cancelo, and Oriol Romeu instead of Lo Celso, Cancelo, and Oriol. Either one will do, but again, we'll see what Xavi Hernandez does in the end. That is going to be wrapping up today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.